Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the next video. So in this video we are going to discuss about an off-campus coding question which is basically asked in Xorient technologies. So if you are attending for this company guys and if you are writing it for first time, so believe me, you need to watch this video completely because I will be explaining each and every step how to solve the given question, and these kind of questions will be repeating for you. So if you see this video properly, then you might get some good inputs from me. So make sure that you will be continuing up to end. So the question says that guys, here you can see for the question below we define an internal number as any number whose last digit is 6 and an external number as any number that is less than 56. So they are given two conditions here. Okay, so there are two numbers. One is internal number and another one is external number. So if the last digit of the given number is 6, then we show it as internal number, and if the number, whatever the number given, is less than 56, then we say it as external number. Okay, so next thing what they have said is you have to change the program so that any number in the array is replaced by -3 if it's an internal number, with -7 if it's an external number, and with -9 if it is both a internal number and external number. So our task is to write a program in such a way that whatever the array of elements, I mean the elements which they will be giving in the form of array, so check each and every element whether it's an internal number, external number, or whether it is a both. So if it is internal number, then we need to replace that number with -3. If it is external number, then replace with -7. If it is both, that means the last digit is 6 as well as it is less than 56. At that moment you just replace it with -9 because it is satisfying both the conditions. So if you understood the question properly, then you might be like yes, it is possible. And one more condition is that guys, we need to take the input from the user until user enters any negative number. So that thing I have not written, but yes, that is one of the condition. Okay, so you need to take the input from the user until and unless user enters -1. That means they are not specifically given anywhere here. You can see they are not given like how many elements they are going to enter. That means the compiler will be giving any number of elements. So whenever you are writing the actual exam, so it was there in the question guys, but actually whenever I was copying the question, I missed that one line. Okay, so they said another thing like until and unless we enter -1, it should take the input. So it should continuously look for inputs until and unless we enter any negative number. Okay, so that means I can't go with arrays here. So if you are looking for solution, that means you shouldn't be going with arrays because they are not expandable. So another option what is left for us is array list. So I will be using the same guys, and I will be writing the code in Java. So before that I will be showing you the input output combinations. For example, this is the input array, I mean input numbers which they will be giving. Like first number they were given 96, then 68, then 12, then 46. After that they have entered -1. That means I should terminate whenever they enter -1, and I should not include whatever the element which they will be entering in negative. So my array will be having only these elements, that is 96, 68, 12 and 46. Got it? So output will be something like this, because you can see last digit for 96 is 6. So it is an internal number and that should be replaced with -3. Done. Then 68. So it is the last digit is not 6 as well as, so it is not less than 56. That means it is not satisfying both the conditions. At that moment I should not change the number, so that's why I'm printing it as it is. So the next number is 12. So here first condition I will check whether it is whether its last digit is 6. No, it is not an internal number. Then I will check whether it is less than 56. Yes, it is less than 56. I will enter -7 because it's a external number as they are given in the problem. So after that I will go to the 46, and 46 is basically, you can see first condition last digit is 6. Yes, it is 6. Then it is satisfying the internal condition. After that you can see 46 is less than 56. That means it is also satisfying the external condition. So in this situation I should replace the given number with -9 because it is satisfying both the conditions. So due to that reason I will be getting the output something like this. Got it, guys. So once you got the output like this, then you can see the input text is checked for divisibility. So this explanation I have already given, so that is enough explanation. So you can visit our website, guys. I have got a lot of questions over here. So this is my own website, and you can see LNT off campus, then TCS, then Wipro, Capgemini, all those off campus questions are already solved. So you can just check it out my website, which is in the description. Got it. So after that, you can see here algorithm to solve. Now take the input from the user until user enters negative number. Use a while loop. Okay, so with the help of while loop, I will be taking the input from user until he enters negative number. So after that, as we are not sure about how many elements we are going to enter, so use array list instead of array, whose size will increase automatically. So second point. After that, once you are done with taking the input from user, just convert array list to array, because they are told to store the elements in array. So that's why convert array list to array. And after that, write nested if else statements to check for given conditions, and write or change the array elements accordingly. So at the end, modify the array accordingly and print the array. So this is the whole logic, guys, how it will be going. So, and if I just want to tell you, like what I'll be doing is I'll be basically using one while loop, so which will take the elements, and after that, once I get the elements in array list, that I will be copying into a separate array. After that, I will iterate through all those elements. I will check for these three conditions: if it is an internal number, if it is external number, or if it is both. Then if it is satisfied, and I accordingly change the numbers as specified in the problem. So let me just go to the Eclipse here, and already you can see I have already opened one empty project basically to write the program. So I have taken one empty project. Got it. So its name is demo1, and to take the input from user, I should use scanner class, right? So I will write here scanner. Okay, so I will write like scanner, and here I will be taking one reference variable scanner sc equal to new scanner. After that, system.in to take the input from the user. Okay, so it should be capital, guys, and here also it should be capital. Okay, so now I have created the object like scanner s equal to new scanner to take the input from the user. Now what I will do, I will just create one empty array list. I will declare one array list to array, and after that I have to write array list, and whose name I will take it as array1. Okay, so after that I will write new, and the same thing, array list. Okay, so here I am declaring one array list to store whatever the user enters. I am declaring one array list. Got it. So after that, I will write one sysout statement to indicate the user. So basically, whenever you are writing in the actual exam, you shouldn't be writing this system.out.println. That means these are just instructions for the user, and here I need to debug this properly, so I am writing some instructions. So what I will say, I can just print some string, enter whatever I can say, array elements. Okay, so enter array elements, I will say. Okay, so after that I will just use for while loop. So I need to use one boolean. So boolean like flag I have to use, so that I will initialize to true. So initially it is true, and I have declared that one. So inside while loop I will be writing something like this: while flag, that means while true. Okay, so whenever it's true, what you just do is basically open the parenthesis. Okay, so here I will be writing like int a equal to sc dot, here I will be writing next int method. So this will basically, whatever the user enters, that will be stored inside this variable a. Okay, so once I get the variable in a, I will check whether it's a positive number or not. So when we say a positive number, it's a positive number whenever it is greater than 0, right? So what I will do, if a is greater than 0, that means I'll make sure that it's a positive number. Okay, so if a is greater than 0, at that moment only add that particular number to the array list. So array list name I have taken as array1. So array1 dot add method I will use to add the element, and inside that I will pass the object a. So that means reference variable a I will be passing. So whatever the user enters, that will be stored in a. After that I will check whether it's positive number or not. If it is a positive number, then I will add it to the array list. Got it? So this is for positive conditions. Else if a is not greater than 0, in that situation what I want to do is I just want to terminate the input taking statements. I want to terminate the loop. So what I will do, I will just write like this: flag equal to false. So whenever the while loop goes false, then it will break the loop and it will stop asking for the input from the user. So this is how we can write a while loop to take the input from user. There can be multiple ways, guys. This is one of the way. Okay, so this is not only the way, this is one of the way. You can do it in many times, but this is the simplest one, so I'm preferring this one. Okay, so once you are done with taking the input from user, now it's time to print the array. You can just print if you want to see the output, but otherwise I will do one thing. I will copy it to the new array. So this is array list and I want to copy it to a new array. So I will just declare one array whose name is array2, and this is having only integer elements. So I will write new int. After that its size will be array1 dot size. So you know that on array list we can use only size operator, not length operator. Okay, so on array list length operator will not be working and it will be replaced with size here. So this will basically give how many elements are present in the array list. So I hope you know that, right? So now after that, once I have done with declaring a array, now I will start copying all the elements from array list to array. So how I can do that, guys? Basically use one for loop. So I will write for int I is equal to 0. That means I'm starting from the first element. Then I should be less than array1 dot size. Got it? So array1 dot size and I plus plus. So just increment the I value each and every time. So I am writing the loop like this, and here what I will be doing, my new array is array2, and at 0th index, starting from 0th index, what I want to do is I want to just basically copy the elements from the array1. Array1 in the sense list 1. Got it? So array1, and for that I have to use get method here, array1 dot get, and here I need to give the index value, so that is I itself. Okay, so I, and here it will be showing one error, and that is basically typecasting, guys. I need to convert these whatever array list elements are there, them to the integer element, because I am taking the array type as int. So I will externally typecast here with the help of these two parentheses, and I will write here int. So that means it is externally whatever the things will be there inside this array list, that will be converted to integer. Basically it is like whatever the elements are, I am entering is integer itself, but still I need to do this step. Okay, just for JVM's purpose. Got it? So once I'm done with this, guys, then I'll just show you the next step. So now your array is ready. So now what you can do is basically start writing the core logic. So how you can write the core logic? Let me just write it. Okay, so yeah, once you are done with this, guys, let me just show you next step. Okay, I will start iterating through the elements of array2. So now array2 is basically type array, so I can iterate easily. Okay, so I will use one for loop, guys. For example, here you can see for, and I will be starting from again 0 for int I is equal to 0, and I should be less than array2 dot length. So here length will be working because array is of type, array2 is of type array. So array2 dot length. So this will basically return me the length, and I will writing like this, increment the loop each and every time you get an array. Okay, so up to this array2 dot length. Got it? So after that I will be using one nested if else loop here. So first what I will do, I will check for both the conditions, whether it's an internal number, that means it should be divisible by 6, I mean, it should be having a last digit as 6. And interestingly, guys, what you can do to check whether a number is basically like whatever you say, last digit is 6 or not. In order to check that one, I'll just tell you one simple logic. So if you understand this, then your program will be pretty much completed itself. So let us say I have got 46 as the number. Okay, so what you do, guys, you just divide this 46 by 10. So if I divide this 46 by 10, 10 fours are, it will go 40, right? So maximum it can go up to 40. So after that, whatever the remaining element is there, that will be my remainder. And you can see the remainder or the element is 6 itself. That means I can show you another example. Like if it is 56 also, it will give me the remainder as 6 only. So you take 56, then divide it with 10. So 10 5s are 50. Got it? So if I subtract, I will be getting 6. And here you can see the element is 6. That means whatever whenever you divide a particular number by 10, so whatever the remainder will be remaining, that will be the last digit of the given number. Here you can see. So here I am having 6 and the last digit and remainder is also 6. Here also I am having 6 and remainder is also 6. Not for this, guys, anything like you can take like 16. If I take, let me just show you another example. 16 I will divide with 10. So 10 ones are, it will maximum go with 10 ones are 10. After that, if I subtract, I am getting 6. And take a condition where like if it is 17. So whatever number you just take, if you divide it by 10, then you will be getting the last element as the remainder of that a subtraction. So 17 minus 10 is 7. That means the last element of this 17 is 7, and that is true. So basically, in order to find out what is the last element inside a number, you just need to find out what is the remainder whenever I divide that particular number with 10. So that is the same thing I will be using in this. So if I will just write like this, if the given number, so I will be starting the number from 0th index of array. I mean, I will start scanning from there itself, right? So I will write array 2 of I. That means the first element is taken, and I will write that is modulus sign. That means it will give remainder. So modulus 10. If it is equal to 6, that means it is having the last digit as 6 in the array. I mean in the element. Got it? So after that, I need to satisfy another condition, that is the number should be less than 56. So what I will write, I will just write it again. Array 2 of I should be less than 56. Then I can call it as external number. If both these conditions are satisfied, then it is satisfying the internal condition which is here, and also satisfying the external condition which is over here. Then I should return whatever, like here you can see. So I should replace it with -9. It is given in the problem. Okay. So for that, in order to replace, I just don't want to print. I have to change it in the array itself. So how you can do that, guys? It's pretty much simple. So I will just write array 2 of I is equal to -9. That means whatever the element is present at position array 2 of I, just replace it with -9. So this is first condition, guys, if it is satisfying both internal and external number. So now I will write for internal and external another two conditions. If it is just satisfying the internal condition, that is the last digit is 6, so I have to replace it with -3, and after that I have to replace it with -7 if the number is only less than 56 and it is not having the last digit as 6. So those conditions I will be writing with the help of else if loop. So I will write else if, and here I have to write the condition. So else if array 2 of I, and after that I will write modulus 10 is equal to 6. If it is only satisfying this condition, that means it's a only it's an internal number. At that moment I have to replace array 2 of I with -3. So I will be writing array 2 of I equal to -3. Again, else if it is satisfying only the external condition, that is array 2 of I should be less than 56. If it is satisfying only this condition, at that moment what I want to do is I just want to replace whatever the element is present at that position with minus 7. So what I can do, I just copy this one guys over here. Okay, so let me just paste it, and minus 3 should be written as minus 7. So I just want to write it as minus 7. Now at the end I'll be printing the modified array. So how I can do, I'll use for each loop, that is int I inside array2, and here I will write sys out system.out.println I plus and some space, so that elements will be separated. Got it? So this is how you can write a simple program, and let me just save this one and try to run it guys. Okay, so yeah, and it is executing. Okay, finally. So enter the array elements. So I will enter 1, then 2. No, I'll not enter 1, 2. Whatever the test case they have given, that only I will enter. 96, 68. So first element is 96, then 68. Then it is 12, 46. Then it is 12, then 46. After that, they said to enter minus 1, right? So I have entered. And you can see the output, and it is in the vertical fashion because I have written over here like print ln, that is basically new line. So I don't want to print them vertically, that means remove this ln. So now save and try to run it again. So enter the elements, and I just can't remember these things, so let me just take one snap of these things guys. Okay, so that I can remember them now. Okay, so whatever the elements they said is, first one is 96, after that 68, after that 12, then 46 and minus 1. So here you can see 96 is replaced with minus 3 because it is satisfying only the first condition, that is it's an internal number. That means the last digit is 6, but it is not less than 56. So only one condition is satisfied and it belongs to internal number category, and it is replaced with minus 3. And 68, here you can see both the conditions are failing, like it is neither the last digit is 6 nor the value is less than 56. So don't change it, print it as it is. So I am printing it as it is 68. And 12, basically the last digit is not 6, so it is not satisfying the first condition, but it is satisfying the second condition, like the value is less than 56. So I have to replace it with minus 7. And then 46, it is satisfying both the conditions, as last digit is 6 and it is also less than the number 56. So I have to replace it with minus 9. So this is how you can write a program guys, and this question was actually asked in Xorient Technologies on this day itself, 29 Jan 2022. So that's it, and if you want to access this code guys, then yes, it will be available in our website. So I'll be leaving the link in description. You can just copy this code from there itself in Python. No, sorry, in Java. So that's it today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, then you can subscribe the channel, and you can write one comment if you really like the way we are making the videos, whatever. Got it? So yeah, that's it, guys, and see you again. Have a nice day.